Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. Today I wanted to share with you a new type of video, and this is my do-over tag, I guess you could say. I came across this idea on Instagram, and if I can find the channel, which I really don't think I can, then I will share it or link it. But the idea is these are books that you wish you could have that first reading experience with again, so to do them over. And I just thought that was a really clever idea for a video. So today I wanted to share with you 5 books that I wish I could do over to experience again for the first time. And at the end, I'll just get your thoughts on if you've read these books and what you thought. And I'd love to hear from you about books that you would very much like to do over. So yes, without any further ado, the first book that I wish I could do over is The Giver by Lois Lowry. So I read this book at around age 11, and this is very much a coming of age book. So the main character's name is Jonas, and is when the children in this sort of utopian world are being assigned their predestined roles in the society. And I really connected with this book because I read it at around the same age as the protagonist was. So The Giver is suspenseful, and it's also presented as utopian, but it's actually dystopian. And it's one of those books where I've enjoyed it so much. I've read it a few times and I just wish I could go back and experience it again as I did as an 11-year-old. Really just, it was the first time I was sort of presented with a book about the fallible nature of our world, problematic nature of our world, and that all is not as it seems. So yeah, a really powerful book to read as a young person, and so much so that I think I'd like to read this again, although I know it won't be the same as my first experience, hence the point of this video. But nevertheless, this is one of my favorite books of all time. So yes, I wish I could do over The Giver and read it, experience it for the first time. The next book that I thought of is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. So I read this book after watching the film that came out 5 years ago or so. And I loved this book. I loved the film too. The film was so cool. So if you really like sci-fi, then I'm sure you'll love Ready Player One. But the reason why I wish I could do this over is I wish I could go back and read the book before I watch the film, which is how I like to tend to do things. Because when I read the book, I already had images sort of pre-presented to me from my film viewing experience, and I felt like that detracted from using my own imagination for this book. So Ready Player One, as I said, it's sci-fi. It's set in a sort of dystopian world, ravaged by climate change. It's escapist in nature. The whole idea is that you go into the Oasis, which is this alternative reality, sort of plug into the computer type thing. And it's also very adventurous as well, and I wish I could go back and experience the adventure. And it's almost like you're following the main character, Wade, as he solves the puzzles, like as if it's a computer game, and that's something that you can only really experience once. So yes, I wish I could do over Ready Player One, enjoy it again for the first time, and also go in fresh without having watched the film first. The third book that I wish I could do over is Hamnet. Now look at this beautiful copy of Hamnet that I got for Valentine's Day from Lucy. So this was my Valentine's Day gift, and it's a Folio Society edition, and it's got some illustrations in it, I believe. Yeah, really beautiful illustrations, artwork in it. Yes, so Hamnet, if you follow recent culture, has just won some Oscars for the film adaptation, which I have not seen, and the book was incredibly popular when it came out. So the reason why I wish I could do over Hamnet is because I loved the book so much. I really enjoyed my reading experience, and I'm almost hesitant to go and watch the film because I don't want the film version to not be as how I imagined the book to be. I probably will watch the film, but not for a while. So Hamnet is heartbreaking. It's loosely based on William Shakespeare and his creation of Hamlet, the play, following the death of his son. So you know going into this book that it's going to be devastatingly sad, but the writing was just so powerful and yeah, just really rich that I wish I could experience that for the first time. I remember I talked about Hamnet before on my channel, and the bit that I liked the most was the section about I think it's a flea and tracing the plague, the Black Death. I thought that was really well done, and that's something that I will never get to experience for the first time again. So yes, I would love to go in and do over Hamnet and just get that reading experience for the first time, just to be enveloped by Maggie O'Farrell's writing. So beautiful. All right, the last two books I don't have with me. So the first one is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And I read this a while ago, but it's just one of those, it's a classic book, and just solving, or finally the light bulb moment where you understand what's happening to Dorian Gray in the book is an element that I wish I could do over again. It's such a like, oh, that's what's going on moment. And it's quite an emotive book as well, and really like a sort of good moral lessons for us. So yeah, that was the one classic that I wanted to include in this do-over video. And then the last book is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. And this book I would like to do over because I just thought it was such a cool and imaginative idea to have a literal underground railroad serving as the metaphor for the Underground Railroad, I guess. And just how Colson Whitehead had creatively reimagined the migration of enslaved people to freedom in the North. And I just thought it was a really, really powerful book, really hard hitting. There are elements of it that I actually probably wouldn't want to re-experience for the first time because they were so distressing, but just being able to be presented with this reinterpretation or reimagination of the Underground Railroad, I'd love to be able to experience that again. So I think it goes without saying that if you haven't read any of these 5 books, so that's The Giver, Ready Player One, Hamnet, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and The Underground Railroad, then I would very much recommend them to you. If I'm wanting to experience them again for the first time, then surely I'd be recommending them to you. So yes, if you've read any of these 5 books, I'd love to know your thoughts on them. Did you like them enough that you would want to be able to read them again fresh as a do-over? Or are you kind of happy with just reading the book once? And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'd love to hear about your do-over books as well. And if you liked this kind of video, it'd be really helpful if you could, give it a like, put in a comment, and that will let me know if you'd like me to do similar videos in the future. So yes, that's all I have for you today. As you can see, there is a tiny bit of sunshine hiding behind the curtain, and so I'm going to go out and enjoy the sunshine for a little while. But that just leaves me to say, I hope you're all well. I hope you are enjoying whatever it is you're reading. Maybe it will be a do-over book, and I will see you soon in a new video. Take care. Bye.